With one of the new cards added to the game, Big Fish is diving headfirst into this festival. This is Ice Barrier, and I don't think it's a coincidence that this artwork looks like a frozen fossilized coelacanth. Ice Barrier has two effects. The first punishes your opponent for attacking. You can activate its effect to change the attacking monster's attack to 0, negate its effects, and you can prevent it from changing its battle position. The second is the most important to us. We can banish Ice Barrier from the graveyard to send any level 5 or higher water monster from the deck to the graveyard. Then we can add any water monster from our graveyard to our hand, including monsters that were already in the graveyard. This gives us many options. We will stack our deck with a level 3 water tuner and level 4 extenders to summon Coelacanth from the graveyard. We can also use Mausoleum of the Emperors at the cost of 2000 life points to summon Coelacanth from the hand. We can also use Ice Barrier to send Gamma-Seal from the deck to the graveyard and add it to our hand, and then take a dump on our opponent's monsters. This card is great for sending Coelacanth to the graveyard or your hand depending on where you need it the most, but it does lock you into special summoning water monsters for the rest of the turn if you use its second effect. To activate Ice Barrier's effect, it has to be in the graveyard. We will be sending it to the graveyard using Foolish Burial Goods, which can send any spell or trap from our deck to the graveyard, so let's dive right into the replays. We use Moray of Greed to shuffle 2 water monsters, and then draw 3 cards. We hit the jackpot, White Stingray discards Coelacanth, and then we use Monster Reborn to special summon it. Coelacanth discards 1 card and special summons 3 tuners from the deck. Using a level 3 tuner and Coelacanth, we Synchro summon into Baron de Flor, removing Coelacanth from the field. Our tuner, Gluttonous, increases the attack of Baron to 4000. We then bring Coelacanth back by Synchro summoning into Monoceros. And because Gluttonous is not once per turn, it also boosts Monoceros' attack by 200 for each card in our opponent's hand. And then we make space on the field to Synchro summon into Dragite using our Fishborg Launcher and Monoceros. Coelacanth then summons a level 3 tuner and a level 4 fish and a level 1 tuna. We then Synchro summon into Prima Donna, making space to special summon Fishborg Launcher from the graveyard. And using the tuna and the Fishborg Launcher and Coelacanth, we Synchro summon into Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, to banish 1 card from our opponent's hand. And because our opponent has a banished card, we can now trigger Prima Donna's effect to summon Testudo Erat Numen, locking anyone from special summoning monsters over 1800 attack. Our opponent decides to go find something easier to do. Our opponent sets 2 and pass, but don't be fooled. They activate a trap card to let us draw a card and activate a field spell from their deck. And because we drew a card, their field spell lets them summon a Generator monster from their deck to the field, and as many tokens as possible in attack position. We activate Foolish Burial Goods. They tribute 1 token to special summon Generator Boss of Delusion from the deck. And then we send Ice Barrier from our deck to the graveyard. We normal summon Lifeless Leaffish to send Coelacanth to the graveyard, and then we special summon it from the graveyard using Monster Reborn. Our opponent then triggers Delusion's effect to target Coelacanth and banish it. Coelacanth has an effect that can fool people who don't read. By tributing 1 other fish monster, it can negate the effects of cards that target it. It's not once per turn either. With the card from their hand, they Synchro summon into Desert Locust. Coelacanth's effect resolved, destroying Generator Boss of Delusion. Desert Locust triggers 2 effects. Using the level 4 Generator monster, it Synchro summons into Baron de Flor. Desert Locust's effect then resolves, forcing me to discard 1 card from my hand. Ice Barrier adds Gamma-Seal to the hand. We then take a dump on the flower, tributing Baron with Gamma-Seal, and then summon 4 fish from the deck. We remove Coelacanth from the field by Synchro summoning into Dragite, and then we bring it back by Synchro summoning into Monoceros. Gluttonous starts chain 2, boosting Monoceros' attack. Coelacanth discards 1 card to special summon more fish. Our opponent activates a quick spell to special summon a monster, and then we negate it with Dragite. We summon 2 fish from our deck to summon Trishula, Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier, banishing its field spell and the Gamma-Seal. Our oyster gives us a token, and then we special summon Fishborg Launcher from the graveyard to synchro summon with Coelacanth and the token into another Trishula. Trishula then banishes one card from the graveyard and one card from their hand. And is it just me, or is it getting really cold in here? Our opponent is playing Virtual Worlds, considered tier 1 in the Synchro meta. Fortunately, we have an out. We tribute their Crystal Wing with Gamma Seal, and then we send Ice Barrier to the graveyard. We normal summon Gluttonous, and then send Coelacanth to the graveyard, special summoning White Stingray so we can synchro summon into Monoceros, and then special summon Coelacanth. Because we used Ice Barrier's effect, we are locked into water. Coelacanth special summons 4 fish, and then we synchro summon into Trishula, Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier, to banish 3 of our opponent's cards. Big Fish manages to be somewhat decent in the Synchro Festival, though not very consistent. It will die to Maxi and Ash Blossom, so you'll have to add your own Maxi and Ash Blossom, and perhaps some cross-out designators. There are other ways to make it more consistent by using Revealer of the Ice Barrier. Using the spell Medallion of the Ice Barrier, we can search for Revealer of the Ice Barrier. This card can discard Coelacanth or an Ice Barrier trap card, and then search for a level 3 Ice Barrier tuner from your deck, making it a 1-card White Aura Monoceros that can special summon Coelacanth. With Ice Barriers, you can fill your deck with 2-card combos, allowing you to squeeze in more hand traps. Well, that's all I have. If you have any more suggestions or any more ideas, leave it in the comments below. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.